So that was an episode.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Han will be joining us very momentarily. Sorry if you're on TikTok. I think I have to adjust my screen. Give me one moment here. Hang on still. Whoops.
Hello.
Don't look behind the curtain if you're on TikTok. So sorry. I have to crop things a little better.
Oh, jeez.
I know. I thought I did, and then it didn't go.
The setting should still be there from the last time. For me, it normally saved. Anyway, hi, everyone. Let me look at comments. How are we feeling? What is the room? I'm so pissed, devastated, and pissed. Okay.
Yes.
What does
that say? Can you read it for me? I can't
I'm
actually.
sorry.
I can't
Anyone
actually
else
look at
feel
it
like
right
they just got punked? Yeah. They forgot to say April Fools.
They did.
They did forget to say April Fools. Oh gosh, I can't get this to crop correctly. I'm sorry, guys. There we go.
Big agree with this. He got 2 lines. He's really getting the cast treatment.
Oh boy.
Treatment. And no Eddie in the Prema boo. We hard agree with that.
There we go. Okay, I think I got to TikTok to work. So sorry.
Sunny says, hello, emphasis on the hell.
Oh. Nebula says, this was so disrespectful to the characters and the fans.
You're so right.
If he's actually dead, we're going to have some words this hiatus, but we're not closing.
No.
We're not completely closing. I'm being less certain than I was before, but I'm not closing because like it still textually doesn't
make sense.
Fully make sense, especially with the secret third option, the empty fucking coffin.
On.
Like, what are we doing?
I know. Oops. Why is this not?
See, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with the ghost Bobby thing, meaning that it's over. Because you can imagine people that you're talking to them all the time, whether they're dead or not. So I don't think that means it's over. You can close if you want to, if you need to, for yourself. But we're not. I don't think we are. Rachel, are you okay?
I don't know what's happening over on TikTok. Like I was trying to resize my windows and it did not like that. So I'm so sorry, everyone.
Why don't you
just a minute?
Why don't you just stop the TikTok and resize it and then start it again?
I don't know how to do that.
Oh Lord.
But keep going. Ellie says, not closing. I'm not happy about the fact that it looks like Buck will be captain before Buddie Cannon.
I don't care about the order of those things. I just don't think that Buck is ready to be captain, but they have been foreshadowing him becoming captain if anything happens for a while, especially because they made a point at the beginning of the season to remind us that Chim sucked at being captain and that Hen doesn't have time to do that.
Yeah, like I was firmly in the belief that like Buck's not ready yet.
No, he's not.
There's a secret third option.
Okay, I'm done moving things.
It's Eddie.
would be nice.
Okay. I mean, I forgot to take the camo watermark off.
Oh.
The other video. Oh well, whatever. Put the logo
This
on
whole
that side.
fucking day has been a mess.
I had
Yeah.
difficulties like getting my camera like to work. And I got it working in time just before the episode started. And then before the first commercial break, my phone died, which is what I use for my camera.
Oh my gosh.
And we had like a 10-minute interlude where I had to like figure out how to get things working again. And then we just of it scrubbing through the commercials. So it was an experience, like speed running.
Mm-hmm.
Just anything.
Yeah.
Not that I think that the commercial break would have helped that much more.
No, Meg is here. Hi, Meg. Are we okay? No. Are you okay? Hello. Hello, everybody.
Our Meg. Yay. Hi, Meg.
On Instagram. Yeah, Meg, you're probably all right because you prepared for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't.
I'm okay because right now, while I'm still unsure whether he is alive or dead, and I'm pissed off about that because just like my mental health,
yeah,
and the stress from that is not my favorite thing. I did think this was a good episode personally. Sorry, I did. I thought it was a good episode. Now, if he's dead, and that's all the time we got on his these are the things that make me think that he's still alive, because if
there's so many reasons.
Why did we spend the whole episode not really talking about Bobby or really showing anyone's grief except for little glimpses? So
Tim did tell us that we're gonna be focusing on it in the next 3
episodes. So it's gonna be like 2 at a time sort of thing. I feel like, because like this time, like now we got Athena and Jiminy. Wait, are they going in order of the stages of grief? Because we've got
I don't know, because like we got denial, anger, bargaining, and anger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Meg, we also thought it was a really good episode.
I thought it was a really good episode.
I
still don't think the last episode was a good episode. I'm never gonna think that's a good episode. I'm just not.
No.
I mean, I guess maybe unless he's alive, but I still don't think it's gonna be a great episode.
It was not my favorite thing.
Bethina says the acting was amazing, and that is the only praise I have, unfortunately. No, the acting was incredible. Like everybody,
give Angela Bassett another Emmy.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
give Kenny an Emmy, and Kenny.
Everyone was so good, like incredible. Like and that's one of the things that I think really did elevate this episode. Like the writing was good, but the performances were impeccable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I know we're getting more of Peter in flashbacks or Force Ghost or hallucination.
Force Ghost.
What?
Listen, Force Ghost, like Star Wars reference.
Force Ghost, Bobby.
No.
Listen, they did have the Star Wars reference with the punch it dad.
If he's dead, the last thing I see of actual Peter Krause on my screen better be satisfying.
Yeah.
Because if in this episode, the last thing we saw was him just like talking about his dead kids again, and I'm just like,
yeah. Yeah, which I mean was kind of the point of like Athena realizing like, oh, this is the perfect place for him, which was like, that was beautiful.
So this
hurt so bad.
This comment is how I feel and why I feel insane, because I feel like I can see the puzzle. Like I feel like I can I see a premonition of the finished puzzle, but they keep telling me that's not what the puzzle is. Yeah. They're like, that's not the picture on the box. And I'm like, but all of these pieces don't look like they're actually making this.
Yeah, it's either we just found pieces that fit together from different puzzles.
Yeah.
Or it's a mystery puzzle and they're just not telling us what's on the box. The secret third thing. Yeah. Athena's is like, maybe they'll open the episode with the phone call because that would take everyone off guard. That's what we are also thinking.
Right. So now we are, if he is alive, I think the only thing they have left, because I don't think coma theory is happening. I didn't think that was happening after 15, to be honest.
I think we had to like move on past
I thought it was going to be buried alive. It could still be buried alive. It could still be that scene, but it's going to be him getting buried alive back in LA because the government never gave them his actual body. Because you know what they still didn't do? Show us a body. They didn't show us a body. And they didn't have to show the audience his actual dead body. But you would think after this storyline that she just had, where she opened an empty casket and had the mom losing her fucking mind, that she would have just, I was like, oh, they're going to show us a peek into the casket.
Yeah.
If he's actually dead, that's what they're going to do. And they didn't do it. So
not at all.
Here's my question. If it's really real, why are we not showing that? Like, there's so many ways that they could have made me close on it and just be like, yeah, I believe what you're saying.
Exactly. It's just like everything in this episode, right? With Athena going on the case with the mom who thought that she saw her son, but it turned out not to be her son. Every single thing. And this is where we're still, I think, living in like Schrodinger's Bobby situation, right? Because every single reason why it could be Bobby dead, is the exact same reason why it also could be Bobby alive.
Yep.
And
nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. If anything, there's more clues that he's alive. If anything, there's more clues that he's alive.
I know. Then, like, Bright Eyes says, years of soap opera watching has taught me that if there's not a body, they are not dead. It's a class. It's not just soap opera. It is.
Yeah, it's
TV,
just
movies,
visual
everything.
media. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
so Shadow says, sorry.
Oh, no, you're
Shadow
fine.
says, I think Bobby has been trapped in a government lab. I think that is where we're going. If he's alive, I think that's what we're doing.
Hence the title Lab Rats.
Yes. And then
yes.
Arrow's Heartache says Bobby's magic blood being sympathized in a government lab truther.
I've been calling for the magic blood storyline to come back into play, and this would be an amazing way to do it.
And if we, if we're following the storyline of the movie that Webby found, that I can't remember the name of,
with oh yeah, it's something with an A. I don't remember.
Let me go to their Twitter and check. But anyway, that guy had magic. Well, the magic was that he was an alcoholic.
But still, it was
but there was something different about his blood, and that's what saved him, even though everyone else died. So we'd still be following the theme of that. Let me see.
Audrey says realism in a show where a character has canon magic blood. Well, actually, like, that is a real thing. I mean, the magic blood isn't a real thing, but
but the type of thing that he has is a real thing.
Like, there was an actual case of an Australian man who had that same kind of, like, either blood type or antibody or something like that. But yeah, so I mean, like, for all the things to be realistic in the show, you would think the magic blood would not be, but it is. Kato Highway says, with all like the Eddie Stills. Eddie Stills.
Honestly, also give him an Emmy just by serving face.
He served
a single man tier.
He served depression beard. He served.
I love the depression beard.
He looks so good and sad.
It reminded me of Dean Winchester.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Third time. Kato says projecting at its finest with the opposing storylines. I know, but that's also why it could be that second, third, that like secret third option, right? Because they gave us two outcomes or two possibilities, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. So here's my thing. I think that was a good episode.
Yeah.
But there are caveats. I think it's a well-written episode, but do I think it's a good episode if he's dead and that's his send-off? No, I don't think that is handled well. Sure, we have 2 more episodes to like explore the grief, but like this was like the memorial episode to remember him and honor his memory, right?
Yeah.
And we didn't really
a rather small part of the episode too.
A minuscule part of the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
which is also interesting. But still, you were right. It was like a montage sort of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is also so interesting too, because like seeing the live stream of the funeral procession was, I mean, this is just like a production standpoint to like translating it into the show sort of thing. Like
they did all of that for 30 seconds, basically.
For like 2 minutes. Yeah.
2 minutes. Okay. Yeah. I'll give him that.
Yeah. It was a very tiny storyline in his own send off. Like I mean, I guess really it's more about the other characters in this, but
here's my thing. One of the big problems I have with the last episode being the episode where they kill him off is that we only get 5 minutes for that. And then we don't even really sit with the characters because they're all disconnected. And I just feel like if he's not dead, this is great, and I think they're gonna land it. If he's not dead, I think it's really good. Is it fucking with us? Yes. But like in a way that I'm mostly okay with. If he's not dead, it's gonna be a long hiatus for us at Buddy System.
Yeah. Well, I think for everybody.
Yeah, but like I'm just talking about podcast coverage. Oh god.
I think I'm gonna be fine.
You think you're gonna be fine?
I think I'm gonna be fine. I'm just so over it. I'm trying to be a productive human being.
That's the thing.
Yeah, but like it's not. It's in a way for me anyway. It's kind of like, oh, okay, I can finally just like try to put all of this in a box. Maybe might take me a week or two. Put it in a box and just put it over there, and try to be functional.
Bobby in a box.
Yeah. Anyway, but my point still stands. I'm just like, I need a break. This has not been okay since March 6th. Okay, they gave us Buddy maxing from like 0 to 180.
It hasn't been okay since well, yeah, I guess March 6th. I was gonna say since the funeral link.
No, it just hasn't been okay because like we're being strung along for Buddy maxing. Then Eddie goes to fucking El Paso. And then Bobby dies. It has not been okay. Because like we have like so many storylines that are just like hanging
loose threads.
Yeah. And I'm like, how are we gonna land this? So once we're finally at that finale, I'm just like, after that finale, all right. Depending on the outcome too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Yeah. So
yeah.
I agree with this, Sammy.
Yeah, it's either going to be a well-written season of television with good build-up and foreshadowing, or slap in the face of that is like exactly where we're sitting as well. I think because like, and it'll be like I would also love to do a full season 8 rewatch at some point this hiatus.
If this ends badly, I'll tell you one thing. If this ends badly, the season ended at 8:09.
If this ends badly, I'm only rewatching the Buddy parts.
That too.
Of this.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to rewatch like a foreshadowing of you laughing in our faces if that's what's happening.
Yeah, and I guess my thing is like I would love to do a season 8 rewatch with knowing Bobby's alive and being able to see all of the little like oh this and this and this and this and this and this foreshadowing that we're like thinking about in retrospect as well, because obviously I haven't gone back and watched all of like 8A. I know you guys did, but so that's a little like fresher
I did before
in your mind.
8B started. I watched just 7 and I watched 618 through 808.
Yeah, because like it really could be well written and well set up if he's alive. If he's not alive, then I am frustrated, I guess. I'm just like not ready to give. I don't know if it's giving up or giving in. You know? But I'm nervous for our mental health because like these last 2 weeks have been very like emotionally and mentally like whiplashy.
Yeah.
And can we do another like 3 weeks of this?
No.
I don't know. I don't know. Like they're gonna have to like something's gotta give at some point, right?
Oh no, I'm sorry, Jenny.
Oh no.
What?
Heart impact.
I don't know what to think anymore. My brain hurts. Before discovering your podcast, I wouldn't have questioned it. But now,
Ooh,
sorry.
So sorry.
Jeez.
Oh,
wait, did they give them hope and it's squashed? I'm confused.
No, they're just like they don't know what to think because so they're in the same place we are. But like before they started listening to the podcast, they would have just like taken it at face value
and like, okay, he's dead. Yeah. But then we've been all like, Bobby is alive, maxing for 2 weeks, and oops.
Listen, our job was to read the show, and if they go in a different direction that's not in that formula, which honestly, actually, I have thoughts about that actually. Because, well, they're not like fully formulated, but but something. So I did see a tweet from 911 TV News, who was like, "What did they leave the fun and whimsy at Fox?" And I mean, it kind of feels like they did in a way. Like I just think that the move to to ABC has changed 911 a little bit. I do feel like there was a shift. But the thing is, that I could be unreliable there because I haven't rewatched 5 and 6, and those were also very like I think they were different seasons because of the showrunner.
It had a different feel.
Yeah. So it's like we have like three. It's like we have like 3 different eras. You have the 1 through 4, the 5 and 6, and now whatever 7 to present. So
I think there's been a little bit of a shift in a couple ways that I can think of off the top of my head. One is that we had a very solid, before season 7 started, there was always an A, B, and C plot. There are always 3 characters focused on. And we still do that sometimes, but not always. Sometimes it's just A, B, and that makes it harder to equally disperse time. Well, not that it's been equal, but it's, it's been pretty good coverage of everyone up until this season, I think. I don't know. Someone made a graph or an Excel sheet that had all of it, like the screen time of each character per season.
Interesting.
But I feel like having the AB versus the ABC, even though they still do the ABC, that affects that still affects like the proportion of screen time that everyone gets. And then if it kind of felt like you weren't going several episodes in between seeing characters focused on because it was ABC. And I also think that because of switching to the AB, sometimes instead of ABC, we have less calls, which means that there's less chance for silly, goofy calls.
Yeah.
We still do them. We still have silly, goofy. We do. But I think that when it
decreases the opportunity for them.
It does. And I think that we have veered a little bit away from the balance of silly, goofy to depressing. Because like it's still there. It's still there.
Yes.
But like there was no silly goofy in this episode. There was not an ounce.
No,
there
I mean,
was not a chuckle.
But also, I think that would have been a disservice to the rest of the episode. Like, I don't
think so. That's not how grief works.
True. No, I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying, like, I think that's not what they were intending to do with this episode. So, like, I'm fine with that.
But I was just using it as the most recent example. But there's no silly goofy in the past 2 episodes either. The last time we had silly goofy was in Texas.
Yeah. Can't believe we're saying want to get back to Texas, but
I would rather.
If it gets Diaz on my fucking screen, I'll go to Mars. I don't care. Just have it on my screen. I don't care where he is. Put him on my screen.
You could just be doing nothing. And it'd be like, yes, this is good television.
I would watch him watch paint dry. Sounds good to me. Sounds entertaining. Kato says, I realized if this is Bobby's last season, they definitely didn't focus much of season 8 on him, or did they? And it's like, that is kind of a confusing thing, because he had like a lot of I think the storylines were revolving around Bobby, but not necessarily like, or like Bobby was involved in a lot of those storylines, but not necessarily at the center of them. Because you had like the hot shots stuff, which Bobby was obviously very much a part of, but like sometimes it seemed like it was more revolving around Brad's character, and you had Bobby like not being at the 118, but that was also a lot about like the 118 and dealing with Gerard and
Bobby and Bobby helping Athena in the beginning.
You had them like,
and then that's it, honestly, because it just ends with hot shots.
Yeah.
That's
pretty much.
And, so, and that's why if he's dead, I mean, like fully permadead, like then it feels like it feels like a disservice to
the character in the fans.
Is he number 1 or number 2 in the call sheet? Whatever.
Angela's probably number 1.
Yeah.
Feels like a disservice to number 2 on the call sheet.
To him, his relationship with the characters and the fans. That's what it feels like, because there should have been more time spent on him and his relationships with everyone than Hot Shots. And we don't even hate Hot Shots. We liked it. We enjoyed it.
We love Hot Shots.
Did we wish there would have done more with it since it was there for so long? Yes.
In ways that would have like lent itself a little more to the characters that we know. If that makes sense.
Yes. And I think there was a plan to do that, and they changed it. Which I'm still confused about, because it was supposed to be a doppelganger thing for everyone, and then it just became about Brad Torrance, which was like the reverse mirror for Bobby, basically. But also, you know, a very meta look at how the audience views Bobby. And it's like,
sorry, go ahead.
And it's like, why did we do all that? And then, like, I don't know.
I mean, I'm kind of wondering though, because there did become a much bigger shift to Brad specifically than like the hot shots of it all, right? And Brad is the Bobby insert in this meta like show within a show sort of thing. So I'm wondering if that change, that like pivot from like the doppelganger kind of stuff went from, or like was kind of sparked by Tim having this idea to do with Bobby what he's been doing with Bobby. So then he's mirroring that through the Brad Torrance stuff, to which I also say, why then would you have the call with Brad like talking the fan off the ledge and being like, no, okay, I won't, like, I promise you I won't kill off Captain Race Banner or whatever his character's name is, and then like not kill him off? If so, like that kind of is maybe the hinge to me for like the change in the Hot Shot storyline, the impetus for maybe like the Bobby of it all, and then but that's also one of those things that I'm like, and that's why he would still have to be alive. Otherwise, it is just like a big like slap in the face because of that meta analysis. If that or meta narrative part of it, if it wasn't as much meta in talking directly to the fans of the show, then it would be like fine and not as important as that. But I keep going back to that. It's like, I think that is where some of that change happened, which kind of lines up with a lot of the production stuff about like, you know, the mid-season finale changing around and all the storylines and all, you know, I don't know. I'm going to have to analyze that stuff later. Kenny says maybe they could have had Buck go to Hot Shots when he wanted to do the quitting thing. That would have been funny.
I don't know, man. I guess I'm reserving full judgment until I see how this plays out. But I can't hold out judgment till 901. I can't do that. You need to show me that he is fully dead or fully alive before the end of this season.
Mm-hmm.
If there are more clues over the next 2 episodes and then he's still not alive,
I don't know what I'm going to do. Because, like, I can totally understand parlaying it or, like, delaying it. I don't know if I use that correctly. To, like...
Parlay is not what you want, but delaying it.
Delay. Yeah. I don't know. To delay it to, like the Bobby is alive thing to, like, 17 or 18, whether it's at the beginning of an episode, the end of the episode. I understand that because you also want to have the characters go through the grief and stuff like that. I don't understand why you can't let the audience in on it and still have the characters. I know. Like, the characters can still grieve because they don't know, but like, we have to be in the know.
We have to be in on the thing. I feel like by the next episode. Like, I'll hold out until the end of 8 or the end of 18, but like, bro, I just want to like listen. I don't believe that storytelling has to hold your hand, but in the case of a show like this and killing someone, you have to show us that he's dead. You can't just tell me.
So what were you gonna say?
I don't even know. There was like 2 things that I wanted to say. One is completely off topic, and the other one was like
whatever you want.
I don't know. I just think I don't know. Like that. So like, if he's perma-dead, are we just gonna get because I don't know the contract situation, or if Peter is really off the show or whatever. Like, if we're just gonna have Ghost Bobby haunting all of season 9.
Listen, we already had that on the other show with the dead Bobby parental figure. I don't need it again.
Thanks, Supernatural.
I don't need it again.
And that's the thing. Like, this show does not have the whole magical realism thing. It doesn't. Why are we introducing that now? That's weird. Oh, and the second thing I was just gonna say is that the it is a tsunami, by the way. On Dr. Odyssey. So I don't know if that's why we have seismic shifts in LA.
Well, yeah, because I think it's the earthquake causing the tsunami.
Well, it's because like I wasn't sure if it's confirmed. Well, I know the title. I don't know.
I think it's gotta
be an earthquake. But
yeah,
I mean, I don't know anymore because my theory for Dr. Odyssey has been squashed. So I'm just like, I guess they're, you know, in the same universe. So maybe earthquake. I don't even know if we're actually getting earthquake. I think there might be some sort of
building collapse.
Yeah, probably
caused by aftershock.
Oh, Kato Highways asks like, or is saying like, and I'm assuming you mean Peter, and he's just gonna stop producing. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm confused about all of it, to be honest with you.
I would assume that he would continue producing because like that's an easy, like, you can produce from your living room. Like like you don't have to, I'm assuming the way Peter and Angela are executive producers are kind of like in name, and they give all of the creative freedom to Tim and his team, and like they just reap the benefits of having like their name in the exec credits. That's kind of what I think. And I mean, obviously things would have to be run by them, but I'm just like, I would imagine that he would still executive produce even if he's not on it. So that's why I'm just like, I don't know.
None of this still makes sense. By the way, are there press interviews? Because people didn't even get screeners.
Did Max get a screener?
I'm assuming he did.
I think I closed out of Twitter because I said this is not fun right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because I was looking at stills, honestly. I'll let you. I'll dig.
Thank you. Still is our what do we call you?
Our woman on the streets.
Yeah.
God, it is an earthquake. Sorry, I'm looking at the Dr. Odyssey trailer.
Oh.
It was straight up earthquake.
Yeah. Kato, no, I don't think Dr. Odyssey is renewed yet. We're really hoping.
Hey,
I love that show.
Take this back right now. Take it back.
Ooh.
I need you to delete this.
This is mean.
From Tim Minier's internet. Absolutely not.
I keep joking about, like, you know, Tim has kind of like said he's like, I'm not looking at fan stuff or whatever, and he's like keeping it all closed in. I'm like, okay, but also step away from the supernatural show. I told you this was a guide of what not to do.
What not to do, guys.
Not follow it. Do not follow that. That's a piece of flaming hot garbage.
Delilah on TikTok says that they usually stay out of 911 discussions, but they've gone to school for film, and there's a lot that isn't being said from a screenwriter's perspective. We would love to hear that
elaborate.
Kind of stuff.
Would love to hear more about that.
I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, because like we only know so much of like the filmmaking process that includes like screenwriting, but like we just like reading things from a narrative perspective.
So Sammy, it's so funny that you say this, because if he's actually embodying the movie that Webby said, the virus is an alien thing. So
and I don't know if we're bringing the government into it.
We've also jokingly said, but actually not, like, you could do it. I'd watch it. I was like, put the 118 in space. You have Karen. She's a rocket scientist.
Yes, we said that.
Put a fire truck in space.
No, we were literally like Fast and Furious in space at 911. Yeah. Delilah continued. They said there's a difference from a showrunner and a screenwriting discussions. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Also, executive producers on shows usually know a lot of what goes on with the characters. Exactly. Like they have to,
but that's the thing. That's
things have to get run by them.
For me, because Tim's story is not tracking across anywhere. It's not staying the same. It's not tracking with his own words. It's not tracking with what Angela's saying, and it's not tracking with what the what's his name? The guy from Disney?
The chairman, Eric something or other. Something with the C, I forget.
Yeah, he's in charge of the Disney like network properties, so Fox and ABC. And that did an interview.
So he has to know a little bit of everything.
Was it Deadline? Why did I say Lion? Deadline? My brain's so broken. But did an interview today, and like he said, like it was asked like if the decision to kill off Peter Krause's character had to be run by him, and he said no, that was a full creative decision between Tim Minear and Ryan Murphy. I like, and I'll just leave it there. And I was like,
that's not how this works.
That's not how that works. Also, that's not what Tim said.
Yeah.
And Angela has given two different stories of how she found out that it was happening. We've
Either
heard
on the
nothing
phone
from
or
Peter.
getting the script.
We've heard
still nothing from Peter,
other than that goodbye letter and then that pre-packaged Good Morning America recording.
the fan letter,
interview,
which has been done in the past for a character who has been killed off and then comes back. So like, can't trust that. Like,
yeah.
Klabermeyer says, slightly off topic, but back to Bobby theories. Did you see the theory that it's a fake death to catch the arsonist who burnt down the house? Listen, if we bring back that storyline, if it has something to do with government, you know what? I'll take it.
Who was that woman in the house?
Yeah, I saw someone talk about that the other day on Twitter, and I was like, we were so suspicious of that. What the heck? And nothing. So like, maybe it would just seem like a really weirdly, like, you know, roundabout, like, long time to bring something like that back. I don't know. Delilah's telling us more about like executive producers and stuff with like maybe they didn't discuss what they wanted from the actors and it's the network. Like network and studios are the problems. Money is a lot of the issue. Who do you get rid of to save money for the show production? I think that is an interesting discussion, and I know there was an article that came out just a couple days ago. I forget if it was TV Insider or TV Fanatic. It was one of those TV somethings, one of the blue logo TV places, and one of the journalists made a whole like editorial about how network TV is killing off the ensemble show because we've had, you know, Bobby being booted, like maybe the two leads original ensemble people from Fire Country this like in this same week as well. And how it's like a very obvious ploy to like save money for the networks, and but it just doesn't benefit the story or the audiences because it's not the actors who are wanting to leave, which would be a different story. So if any of you guys are interested in that, it was either TV Fanatic, TV Insider. It was an excellent article. I'll have to find it and maybe we'll tweet it or something, retweet it.
Soul's here. We're still in denial to I fucking guess. I don't know if it's denial so much as us reading the text and going,
no.
Which way do they mean it? Because it could go either way. It could be a secret third thing. It could be exactly what they're telling us, or it could be a secret third thing.
They're really hedging all of their bets.
Yeah, but in response to Delilah, and then I kind of want to stop talking about the production end of things because it's hurting my head.
Fair.
I find it hard to believe that this would be the solution to that, especially if Peter didn't want to leave. Because they could just have him retire, which is what I think is going to happen if he's actually alive. He's just going to retire. So they could have just had him retire so they can still have him as a guest star. It just doesn't make sense. Also, like, they got bought up by Disney, and I know that like they like to penny pinch, but it's ABC's best performing network show. So I don't know why they'd be trying to mess with the formula when they just got it. This is their first full season there and it's doing numbers.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would you want to change that formula?
Why rock the boat?
More
than they already did.
Like, there's a lot of stuff with like, I look at production and I'm like, it doesn't actually make sense from that end. And it doesn't make sense just like from any way that I still look at it, from how the PR of it all has been handled. Like, what are we doing? If this is real, why is this the way it's being handled?
All of the production and all of the PR stuff makes my brain hurt.
That's why I don't try to think about it.
I can't help but think about it because I'm just like, there's so much more here at play. Huh?
I said, I'm just here to read the text.
Right?
Like, I'm still confusion about like the scripts, the Oliver posting, Brad Torrance, like all of it is just so weird. all of it's just so weird and suspicious.
I don't see any press. A lot of it looks very recappy of the episode. I don't see any quotes from people. Maybe tomorrow we'll get another
especially
Kenny crying.
If Kenny does another crying article, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
This is another thing that's suspicious to me is like there's no way they were still that behind that they couldn't send screeners out ahead of time so they could get press done. Like, wouldn't you want to be getting people like, I mean, it's not the movies, but getting butts and chairs turning on the TV because you had a huge backlash to this. Wouldn't you want people to tune into the episode where you're like, this is how like where people are grieving, like setting, like you want to make sure you retain. Yeah. So wouldn't you want to have coverage of interviews with people?
Especially since, sorry, more productions, but like apparently the numbers from 2 weeks ago were huge.
Yeah.
I think.
So I'm be interested to see how that's going to drop off the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Because I need to see what the Facebook moms are feeling about this episode, actually.
We need to infiltrate the Facebook mom groups.
I don't even have a Facebook anymore, so I can't look.
Who's willing to be our spy on the inside? That's right. Yeah. Hercules Mulligan. Anyways. Always comes back to
but yeah, anyway, in the text, we just don't know. We just don't know because again, everything could be one way or the other. But I can tell you what needs to be in the text in this season to wrap it up, to set up next season, to follow through with the storylines that they set up. Because other than the grief, obviously, because everyone needs to go through their own grief storyline, we still need to wrap up Buck and Eddie's storylines, individual and together. I mean, Buck's storyline is Eddie, but
yes,
we need to be doing that. We have 2 episodes left and we're doing another huge disaster. So in order for them to stick this landing either way, like Schrodinger's Bobby goes, I need to see Buck feelings realization. I need to see some sort of something happen with Eddie. And obviously he has to be back or moving back.
Someone on Twitter pointed out what Maddie said to Buck about saying I love you more often could be a thing.
That is also, sorry, go ahead.
That's a nugget.
Crumbs from the crumpet.
He's the only one out here eating his baking. I mean,
yeah,
he loves it.
Was Buck baking?
It tastes like love.
I'm assuming that's baking? What that was.
He's because obviously Buck is not processing this at all because he's trying to be strong for everyone else.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking like, but baking is what he's been doing when he spirals. So is he like
he's spiraling internally?
Internally.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hi, Whoop. Whoop says,
like, I refuse to believe. I don't care if he's been to therapy. I refuse to believe that he's going to keep acting like, keeping that, that not stoic face, but, just being there for everyone else and not taking care of himself. Like, I refuse to believe that that's not the Buck that I know right now.
I mean,
he's trying to pick up everybody else's pieces.
It's hard for me to say because this is how I handle grief. Like, I am very stoic and not in a way that it's like unhealthy. It's just like, this is how he's presenting. That's normally how I show up. And normally like grief, like the like crying part of grief doesn't hit me till like much later.
Yeah.
But I can't say what it feels like because I've never lost a parent. So I don't know how I would be with that. But like my, I've lost most of my grandparents, and other people, and this is how I handle it. But I've never lost someone this close to me as an adult, so I couldn't actually say. But like my grandmother, my Bubby, was like basically my second mother because she lived with us for like the first 9 years of my life, and my parents both worked full time. And she died when I was 9, and this is how I handled it. Like I was being very just like stoic about it.
I mean,
but it's gonna hit him at some point.
Yes. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like, speaking from experience, like, you guys saw how much I cried during this episode. Yeah, it was not always like that. I think I'm like making up for some lost time for me as well. I mean, I lost my mom, but not as an adult. As I was almost 6. I was 15, almost 16. So like but I was also kind of stoic as well. And it's like, if I was an adult, maybe that's kind of something similar to what I would be doing, like Buck as well. But like as a younger person, you know, you can only do so much. But like,
yeah,
I do remember like trying to, you know,
processing
make sure
it differently. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it never feels real, but like
No.
as a kid versus an adult, it's a completely different concept. Like, this is a weird analogy, but like, you know how with Buck's coma dream, which wasn't death, but how he had to like text Bobby and say real or not real. That was kind of how I had to like wake up and remind myself my Bubby was dead, because we changed our carpet after she died. So if I woke up and saw the new carpet, because I would dream about her still being alive, and I would wake up and see the new carpet and be like, oh. But that's how my kid brain was processing it. But yeah, he's gonna have to break at some point. But I don't know. I don't think he's putting on a brave face as much as you might think.
No, I think he's gonna break at some point, because
there's gonna be something.
It's gonna hit him.
There's gonna be something that happens.
What are the symptoms of the methane gas again?
Oh, you want to talk about methane?
Sure. Yeah, let's talk about something a little different.
Oh.
So some of these theories for 17 don't drink the water, right?
Right. So it's the water is on fire because of methane, right?
Yeah, that's what it seemed to be.
So it's getting aerolized, right? So here is what my degree in Googling told me right after the episode, that methane, when inhaled in large amounts, displaces oxygen in the lungs, leading to a lack of oxygen in the bloodstream, which is like asphyxiation, right? And that can cause neurological effects, because oxygen deprivation can cause damage to the brain with a variety of symptoms, including euphoria, hallucinations, and confusion, cognitive impairment, tremor, seizures, even death. So if we're going to have hallucination Bobby, this is how they could do it.
The perfect place to do it. Yeah, which is like, and that's the thing too. Like, obviously we have not seen the episode, but like there's a lot that they've already like started to pull for this kind of thread, right? Because in Holy Mother of God, which I think will in hindsight end up being like one of those really pivotal episodes with a lot of foreshadowing, with like the lady on the, whatever it was, the carbon monoxide poisoning in this case, on the roof, and like those like seeing God or whatever. It just seemed very similar to Dosed from season 2, with Bobby on the rooftop seeing Brooke and Athena like grounding him.
Dosed and Let Go.
Yeah. So they've already like set some of these things in motion narratively that like would make sense. And even in this episode, we had Athena, like, I think this is as magical realism as the show gets, with Athena like like projecting her her Force Ghost Bobby, like you said earlier.
That's for the audience. Like, obviously she isn't hallucinating him there.
Yeah, but like that's I think like as magical real, but like, so that could though be like a I don't know if it would be more of a foreshadowing, but or like an open door into it, if that makes into this kind of like hallucinating Bobby sort of situation. If that makes sense. I really hope they do that, because then it would be like the audience being in on it. And there was more that like Athena said at some point. I think it was when she was talking with Leah. When
when she was talking to Bobby, she said, "Go haunt someone else."
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that. Yeah, I was thinking when Athena was talking to Leah at the end there, like when she like showed her the DNA results and everything like that. I don't remember the exact dialogue, but it was something about like Leah said like you know, she wanted to believe so bad, sort of thing. So she saw what she wanted to see, which could lead into, you know, people being high on like methane poisoning and seeing what they want to see, but then have it be completely like flipped around where it is him. And like, that would be so great.
Or it's they made an episode saying you're seeing what you want to see and this is what is actually happening.
Again, it's that we're walking this road and it's going both. I don't know. Every single reason that we can come up with for like why he's not dead is pulling double duty for why also he is. And that's so
annoying.
Like annoying, because it's that means and I know people may not want to hear this, because that means, well, I guess one of two reasons, which makes sense. It means either it's very, very smart, or it's very, very dumb.
It's very, very smart, good storytelling, or it's, I don't think they don't understand their audience. They showed that they understand their audience with the meta-analysis. It's not caring about your audience. And it's like, at that point, do you just want people to stop watching your show? Because, yeah, not everything needs to or should be fan service. You shouldn't just write things because it's what the fans want. But, like, maybe getting rid of a character in a way where you don't kill them could be how you do whatever these storylines that you want to do. If it is because of a creative decision, if it was to save money, then you could still do it without killing him. So yeah, I think we're really looking at an incredible full season 8 story.
Yeah.
Or we're looking at what the fuck were we actually doing here?
Yeah, like what Sunny is saying. I'm gonna put it up. Like you're just ready to actually take a step back and look at the big picture of all these breadcrumbs of season 8.
I think tired of this, Grandpa.
I think that's one of the things that's like so difficult right now, because it's like we want to be able to see the big picture here, but we're so just kind of like deep in the forest that like we're still kind of seeing the forest for the trees, but we don't know if that's a mirage. Like, are we actually in a desert and not a forest? I don't know. This metaphor got away from me very quickly. But
I followed you, but yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I did too, but sometimes it's rough out here. But yeah, I also want the season to be over.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I want to be a human being. I want to know. Yeah, I want to know. And then I want to just...
I never thought I'd be begging for a hiatus, but like, I need...
Pull us out of our misery?
Literally, take me out to pasture. I need to know what is real or not real. I need a Bobby to text and say real or not real. Like,
yeah, I feel that like that's literally us just like trying to text him my near, real or not real, real or not real, and he's just not responding.
I just spit everywhere.
Like wake up in the morning, text him my near, real, not real. I wish we could do that.
God. Oh jeez.
Yeah, because it's just it is a little like psychological torture.
It is.
Like
it is psychological torture.
We don't mean to think about this show so hard like this, but we do anyways.
I mean, it's just the nature of how we consume things, and we have a podcast, so we like.
Well, we have a podcast because of the nature of how we consume things.
I know, but it's like we have to doubly do it. You know what I mean? It's like we're doing it on our own, but then it's also like, okay, but we've made ourselves have to sit down and talk about it and then edit us talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Anyway, who's watching Thunderbolts tomorrow? Maybe it'll be like a bomb.
I might need to. I might need to take a brain break.
Yeah.
For 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Nikki's been texting us, just FYI.
I know. Want to see it tonight?
Yeah, my watch has been buzzing.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it until like 6 p.m. tomorrow.
She said A++.
Yeah, I saw it was getting good reviews, so I'm excited to see it.
Kenny's watching tonight. Let us know.
Spoiler free
review. Like, let us know
review,
later,
please.
Anywhere is fine.
So, our Patreon poll tonight, everyone voted for favorite Buddie, Bethina, Madney, Henry, parallels. Because no one wanted to hear about the 17. No one wants to hear about season 8. Which is so real.
Or not real.
Shut up. Be silent.
You did not just Eddie Diaz me. Wow.
Anyway,
I like my Coke that says partner, by the way.
Damn it, what do I have? Dude.
Why don't they have one that says Buddy? I feel like that's a missed opportunity.
I think I've seen them before.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alexandria. She said, not be silent. Was I silent or was I silenced?
Oh my God.
No, I'm kidding. Okay, yes.
Joel, one more thing before we go there.
Okay.
Yes. I think I love that like she decided to put him at rest there.
Yeah.
But also,
why couldn't they bring everyone?
Yeah.
That plane was so big.
It made me really sad.
That's a carrier plane. They have seats.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry, the comment was, I wish the 118 at the burial was at the burial in the final scene instead of just Athena and the kids. That is one last comment, and then Buddy maxing, because I'm tired of this grandpa Minear, okay?
That is not Peepaw.
One of the big differences, I think, from the Fox to the ABC move, and it has been less of a focus on the found family.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is the biggest tonal difference, because that's why most people are here. It's why all the gay people are here. Like, yeah, for Buddy, but the found family, we fucking love found family. That's catnip. So, yeah, I don't know. I would love to see more of that. And I think, like, I get it, you know? I get why both of them were just there, I guess, but it just sucks because, like, Eddie wasn't there. We don't see his reaction. He speaks 2 lines.
God, I really hope the next 2 Rachel is frozen for some reason. But anyway, I really hope the next 2 episodes do have an Eddie focus, because like the whole I wasn't there, I've been saying that that's going to be one of his like major plot points about him not being there. So, and if you don't fucking do that, then I don't know. I lost.
Assuming we're still giving Eddie major plot points and not his whole story happening off screen. And we just get it relayed to us by Tim Minear in interviews.
Yeah. I mean, I think I don't know. I think
a couple.
I don't know, Rachel. Internet. Rachel, are you trying to be a devil's advocate right now?
She's Dome Arigato, Mr. Roboto right now. Like, I do not.
I guess the stream doesn't want her.
I said be silent, and her internet took that literally. See
what you did there? It's all your fault, Anne.
Good
job.
Is. Not even Eddie focus. I'll just take any existence. Why? Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't need to have lines at this point. Just put him on the screen. Like,
oh my god.
Noel.
Rachel, you might need to restart your router or something. I don't think it's getting better. Oh Lord.
I think that's
Am
our
I back?
I think you're trying to come back.
Why
you
is
have
it
to talk
doing this to
to
me?
tell. No, you're not really back.
No, I can hear you guys just fine.
Yeah, I can hear her fine.
We can hear you now, but you're
your
still
video is like
really
ugh.
delayed and pixelated to hell.
Darn, because it's not for me. It looks like I'm
Do you know
back.
how much I want to make like a buddy edit? And right now, like the show is not making me want to edit anything right now.
I want to finish that Eddie edit that I already put several hours into, but like I was trying to wait so I could make the happy second half of it with gay shit.
Yeah. I wanted to make a Spanish, I don't know what song yet. There were so many options, but I wanted to make like a Spanish song buddy edit. And like right now I'm just like, well, what am I don't have anything. I can't use anything. Anyway.
You can't use anything.
I know I have.
Oh, right, because there's no
new stuff.
Yeah,
like I'm
stuff.
Like,
yeah.
What was that comment?
They said,
oh God.
Rachel got sent to Gale with Eddie.
You mean super mega turbo hell?
Hey, at least I'm with
Say hi to Castiel.
Use the correct name.
Super mega turbo hell?
Hell. Yeah.
Super mega turbo hell. Yeah, say hi to Castiel. Since Eddie couldn't, I mean not Eddie, sorry. Dean couldn't get him out. Oh my God.
Hey, you know what? I've got good company. I've got Eddie, I've got Cass, like I'm good.
Hey, if you guys subscribe to our Patreon, you're gonna see me call Athena mom.
That was the funniest thing. That was like sitting in class and accidentally calling your teacher mom.
Because you like just said it was just like
it was like
completely.
Because
like no irony.
Was she about to like? She was about to pull out her gun, right? Like,
on her kids,
on her own kids. It was like, Mom,
like not everything needs to be you reaching for your gun, Athena. God damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Kenny said for sale you could use something more by RBD for a buddy edit.
Wait, what was the song?
Kenny wrote it says TH Amor. I don't know if it's
is it supposed to be T-Amor?
T-Amor
by RBD.
Interesting.
Two Amor. Sorry. It's
okay.
Pardon.
Okay. I'll look that up. I don't know why.
So there's an idea for you. Sorry, no habla español. So
I took 4 years of honors Spanish and I've retained none of it. It's terrible. But anyway, can we buddy max, please?
Can we get back to buddy maxing?
Can we get back to politics, please?
Politics is buddy maxing.
Yes.
What are we doing? Parallels?
Yeah, parallels between Buddy and the canon couples.
We should just have a list that we could reference because I feel like we always come up with more. Like all the time.
There's always a ton.
I mean, the first one that's coming to mind for me is like Madney and Buddy just being friends to lovers.
You guys are dating.
Karaoke.
You're always together. You do but Fridays.
Yeah. Like
you're co-parenting a child.
And the popcorn, yes, the popcorn.
From this season, one I keep thinking about is in Invisible, when we see Buck call Eddie immediately and be like, what is Hen's favorite dessert? He's like, you forgot our birthday. He's like, how did you remember it? And it's kind of like the why didn't you tell me? And then we get that parallel to Bethina at dinner, because he's like, my wife didn't tell me. And she's like, the fuck, you shouldn't need to be told.
I love that one.
That's married behavior. Yeah. But it is, you are supposed to remind your partner of the birthdays, especially if it's like your side of the family. But I mean, for Buck and Eddie, it's like both of their sides.
It's
equal responsibility.
Their side is a circle.
So. Yeah, essentially, except for Maddie, because never the two shall interact.
Never shall meet.
What else?
I feel like we were just talking.
My brain is empty right now, and I feel like I had a lot of these.
Yeah. Oh, I wish you wrote them down. No, I feel like just the other day we were talking about how there's actually like a lot of parallels between Buddie and Henren.
You were telling me about that.
Oh, and yes. I was realizing that because someone made
edit, right?
Yes, a Henren edit, which I loved because I don't see a lot of them, and it was good, but it also like reminded me how they got together, and it's that they got set up accidentally or on I can't remember the semantics of it, but they didn't like each other.
They
didn't like each other, but they were also obsessed with each other.
Who does that sound like? No, that's
but there was a lot of chemistry, but it was like they like butting heads, like a little like antagonistic chemistry. And then you have the parallel of them baby trapping themselves, basically, because Denny isn't either of theirs, but like Hen obviously was always going to do it. And Karen, hitched herself onto that ride with like no hesitation.
Yeah, because like that came pretty early in their relationship too, right?
Yeah.
So,
and I think Hen was the one that was like wasn't looking for anything serious or something.
Yeah,
because of just getting out of that relationship with
Eva,
the devil.
Getting out of a relationship. I'll let you insert adjective here.
Yeah. So I think there was more than that, but I was like, oh, that's really like paralleling like the introduction of Buddie, because it's very much they don't like each other, but they're weirdly obsessed with each other. Okay, like, now they're attached at the hip immediately.
Yeah.
Buck found out he has a kid and is like, I am the father. Thank you for asking. Like,
wait. So after, they're almost half a shift of, antagonistic. Almost a full shift. Would you say that Buck and Eddie friend you hauled?
They did more than friend U-Haul. That's not normal behavior.
Yeah.
That's not normal behavior.
No, it is not.
It is very lesbian coded of them, is what it is.
I have to text my dad. My dad said he would check in with me later.
Oh, Sunny has a migraine, is going to sleep. Good night. I hope you feel better. Get some rest.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord.
Ryan cameo on 911. It's just a screen cap of him sitting at the table.
Right?
Ooh.
So true.
Let's see. So my dad texted. He says, "So is there relief in 911, or is there still confusion and despair?"
There's no joy.
He said despair, and I'm just like triggered.
Thanks for triggering us, Rachel's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just still confusion. I don't know.
I'll say it seems resolved.
But
still plenty of room to question.
Courtney on YouTube is saying, if Bobby is really dead, there better be some letter or something Athena gives to Buddie once they get together that says, I knew you would find your way to each other eventually, that Bobby wrote. If he's really dead, I hope that Buck, when he becomes captain, because let's be real, it's going to be Buck, not Hen, find like pre-filled out paperwork. I know thing, but who cares? Most of the Buddie shit from the season has been fic shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is buoying us.
There, give it to me, Rachel.
Oh, got it. Here.
Serve. Thank you.
Kenny gave us some Buddie parallels to Buck and Josh playing poker at Maddie's house that one time, to like Buck and Eddie playing poker, and poker equals flirting. I didn't even think of like make that connection, because that happened, like the Buck and Josh one happened like really, really early on.
Yeah.
And like that establishes poker as flirting. Interesting. Hello, Michelle. Michelle says Tim Minear is my nemesis. And I still think they'll walk it back.
Fair.
Yeah. I don't even think like it's walk back. I think it's planned, but
I think it's either they're digging their heels in and this is what they're doing for whatever fucking reason, or it's been a very meticulous, well planned out fake out for the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
And I really would like to believe that, because I don't think that they're stupid. But the chances are slim but never zero. So
we've learned that.
Slim
but never zero.
Yeah.
What other parallels can we find?
Not that I'm not like, here's the thing, it's like we want to be respectful of people, like this is just their jobs. So I'm not calling them stupid people. I'm just clarifying because of just the tone of like the internet.
Yeah. Like
we're not calling the individuals writing or running the show or the producers stupid. We're just calling this decision.
Their decisions
stupid.
are
their
decision. It's dumb.
Which is different, because smart people are very capable of making dumb decisions.
It's true.
So, like that's just a fact of life. You can be very, very smart and make a stupid decision. Like it is what it is. So
look at Buck and Eddie.
Exactly. Everybody on the show, very smart characters. Sometimes they make really dumb decisions because why? That's life and entertaining. But
Coyote said, I hate that the two options are one, bamboozlement of a lifetime, which I love that wording, or two,
using that.
a catastrophic series of incomprehensible free marketing.
Incredible.
Nailed that.
Great.
You nailed that.
Yeah. That should be, you should tweet that.
Or whatever.
Yes.
Right now. We endorse that.
Yeah.
I do hate that those are the options, and I'm just hoping. I mean, I hate that those are the options just because I hate not knowing what's happening. Like, I would like to just be certain one way or the other.
Yeah.
But if they pull it off and I am being bamboozled, I will be like, actually, that was great. Like, I don't even think I will personally be mad. If other people are, I totally get it. But I personally will be like,
You got one over on us. Good job.
Like, you didn't really, because we kind of thought that it was going to happen the whole time, but we were never certain.
But the amount of like mental and emotional energy that we're pouring into this is like that's part of that bamboozlement, right?
Yeah,
which is an amazing word.
I love bamboozlement.
It's gonna be Rachel's word of the week now.
I'm gonna take a moment to thank Supernatural because I have not. I don't know. I just you can't hurt me.
It's true.
At this point.
It's true
because of Supernatural and the way they handled their finale. You can't hurt me. Tim Minear can't hurt me. I'm over here. I'm just like, I brought these bitches out, right? Did I use it? No. Did I use it in the last episode? No.
And I know you're mad about that too.
I'm so mad about that because I know, and I don't know if it's because like I'm watching it with you guys. Maybe I'm just like self-conscious, but I've cried before. No. You know what? I
cried with
Maddie. I cried when Maddie when I thought Maddie was gone. And
crazy how you cried for the 3 minutes you thought Maddie might be dead.
Yeah.
Right?
But not a month-long like mind fuck.
Yeah.
I'm so mad about it. Because I just don't know what it is. It just doesn't feel like it's real. Like, what the fuck is this? Eddie goes to Super.
Carter.
I'm so sorry anyone who's watching who's not a Supernatural fan. TLDR, if for some reason you're on the internet and don't know this, the show ended, spoiler alert, with them 3 episodes before the finale. They had the angel.
The gay angel.
Yes, the gay angel actually come out by giving a gay love confession.
Love convention.
Mm-hmm. But then he got dragged to the empty, which is not hell. It's like super
a third worst option.
Yes, which is super turbo mega hell, which is just
nothingness.
Not even purgatory. It's worse because purgatory does also exist in the show.
It's like the nothing from the never-ending story.
Yeah. And then there were like 2 episodes where like we thought, oh, they're gonna like bring them back because they're always bringing each other back from hell and purgatory and all the other places. But they didn't.
Nope.
And then they killed Dean in the last episode, and he died
a stupid death,
straight in a very stupid way. So that's. This is referencing that.
Let's just say Chimney 1, Dean Winchester 0.
Yes.
So. Yeah. to give you a...
And then there was like the whole discourse about bury your gays. I mean, is this what we're doing? I don't Sorry. That was a bad joke.
Well, considering Bobby's the one buried right now, he's the only straight person.
The only white straight guy on the show.
I think, okay.
I was trying to make an Eddie thing.
I was
trying.
They're burying him by not putting him on the screen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A new secret third way to bury your gays.
Well, I mean, technically, and then just so everyone knows, I mean, because I guess the production of Supernatural did get affected by COVID and scripts had to change. The supposed original script had everyone reunited at the end. No, but I don't think there was like any kind of like closure to the whole Dean and Cass thing really in that script. And then somebody was like, no, it was going to be a fake out. It was going to be like Cass's the Jimmy Novak thing.
Oh my god,
which is not better.
It's worse.
Yeah.
If you got to translate, it's like the Kim to Shannon.
Yeah. Yes.
For 911 for 911 fans, it's like what Kim was to Shannon.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, anyway, that's that. So this is why I say thank you, Supernatural, for giving me the worst fucking finale in my that I've ever watched with my own 2 eyeballs in my entire life. Because the shit that's happening right now can't fucking hurt me.
Kaidi, you're giving me the serotonin this evening. You're giving a one person show. I don't know your pronouns. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I think there is some poetry. The fact that they had all of the characters that they could kill and they chose the straight white man. The only one they had.
The only one.
I think that's kind of funny. I think that's kind of beautiful. Diverse, so progressive of them. Diversity higher Bobby.
I don't think that makes it better, but
it doesn't make it better, but it is kind of funny. Which is one of the other reasons that we were like, when the funeral leaked, we were like, they're not killing the one straight white man on the show.
Like, not for real. Anyway.
Not for real.
They're like, haha, bet.
Oh, Timothy. When I catch you, Timothy. There's a chance I might catch you, Timothy.
She's gonna be in LA. Oh god.
Randomly run into a bald man. I'm like, my near.
Suspicious of any bald man with a vape pen.
Probably a time a dozen.
Yeah. I don't want to run into Tim Minear. There are other people I would rather run into. And let me tell you, he's not one of them. Yeah, no.
Lord. Oh, can't believe that this is where we were at. I took a look at our season 8 bingo card that we made before season 8 premiered. And I was like, we were so young.
We're so young and hopeful.
So hopeful.
Well, it's really annoying because I think like we keep saying, the first half felt like there was first half maybe up to episode 9, there was like a clear goal. And then it's just like, thanks for blowing it all up, blowing it up like he said in one of those fucking interviews.
Yeah, blowing it all to hell.
Yeah.
To hell?
Oh,
to hell?
Maybe this is the super mega turbo hell.
I don't know. And then
I don't know. This is our super mega turbo hell.
He kept saying something about trees and like going out on a skinny branch. I'm just like,
is he trying to say he's taking a risk? Because this is a risk.
Yeah.
I think the tree is falling on Tim Minear at this point, if the death is real. Like, I don't know that his job is in jeopardy, but like, and I know he isn't looking at fan comments, but like, if this was a creative like risk and it was a last minute decision, woof, buddy. Woof. What are we doing?
I'm sorry. I just read a tweet, took me the fuck out.
Share,
please. It's the clip of when we see Eddie, right, for the first time in forever. And the person said they low-key revealed him like a celebrity guest star on a Disney Channel show.
Yeah.
All it needed was like the audio of people going like, clap, 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 clap. You know, like how the sitcom track, audience track or whatever it is.
Clap track.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, you want to know one positive about this episode?
Yes.
We didn't have to see Tommy that much. Or have
there was the close up that I yelled, I don't care.
I know.
Because I was like, why are we giving him a close up?
I think I forgot.
I was like, take 3 seconds of his close up and give it to Eddie Diaz, and then
triple it and give it to Eddie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that I guess that is the one positive. Like I think we barely saw him in that flashback too.
Yeah. Like I'm not even sure we did.
No, I think we did. I think I saw his facial expression.
Yeah. Fallen Butterfly says, I'm holding out that we find in the season finale that Bobby's alive and the army has him.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Us too. Willing to go with anything.
Well, whatever. I don't.
Who cares how they explain that the government still has him when they killed him with a virus that he got through the air that isn't airborne? Who cares?
Through his pressure tube that would probably be pushing out air more than it would be letting in air.
Through the tube that had less of an opening than Hen would have been exposed to.
Okay, new theory.
Make it make sense.
New theory. Bobby's back. Season 9 mid-season finale.
Oh my god. Still no.
Well, listen, if like the whole government thing, like who knows how long they can keep it. That's why I was making a joke. Like maybe he's in Supermax and no one knows.
He's the only one that goes to Supermax. Oh yeah, the empty baby casket has me thinking Bobby's casket is empty. Yes.
Yeah.
Us too. Because we never saw it. Athena never saw it. Nobody we know, nobody we've seen has seen it. Laid eyes.
But this is a good excuse, right? So like if Tim ever wants to bring him back, like say he's
I guess. I think my problem is just I don't know that the show would go that dark. Because that would be dark to have him have been kept by the government and like experimented on. And then have him have to come back and face the ramifications of that.
Because like also Bobby would fight to get back to his family.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Like even if he thought that they thought that he was dead, he would be like, no, I've got to get back to
her.
Right?
Crawl his Did I say that right? I don't think I said that right.
Yeah, I'll crawl him to her. Yeah, that's what what you said. Someone earlier said this actually, and that hurt me deeply.
I saw that. Yeah.
No.
And that makes me really sad.
That makes me sad.
But you can't. If he's actually dead, why did you use that song?
You could have used any other Hosier song.
You could have used Francesca.
Kristen is evil then. She's just evil.
I mean, good taste in music, but like that wouldn't have been the right song. And the music department always chooses songs that are kind of on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
So why would this one not be?
I don't know. Because
like Francesca would have been great because it's like, yeah, I would do it again, put me back in, but
Can
also
just,
like I'm gone.
Just for a minute, like think though if you think it's realistic for them to do the whole government experimenting thing. Not realism as in realism, but like realistically, do you think that they would show that kind of storyline on the show as we know it like that?
Well, that's the thing. And that's why, in these past 2 weeks, I was seeing those theories, but I wasn't like buying into it totally. Cause I was like, yeah, I don't know. That just doesn't like, is it a possibility? Would that be a good storyline? Yes. But to me, I wasn't like really buying into it because I didn't felt like it jived with
911.
Like the vibe of the show. But now that they've put it all out here, I'm just like, well, that would be so easy for them to do. Because I would have also never thought of them even dropping a line of saying like, oh yeah, it's been 2 weeks and the government is taking hold on him. And that, like in that case, why even have that 2-week jump? Like why wouldn't it just be like a couple days later? Like they're to me to have them, because there are no throwaway lines in 911, like that just seems like a really easy tee up.
What are some of the weirdest things that have happened this season? Contagion storyline, the serial killer, the black book thing where she had to go on a plane to. Well, that was weird.
But then
the corrupt FBI.
Yeah, I mean,
corrupt FBI, corrupt government, corrupt.
I think it's just I'm thinking about we never see a lot of. I mean, yes, the rapist story, but like
that was weird.
Athena did not suffer from the hands of him doing that to her. It was, and so I think that this would be like the most traumatic thing that they've ever dealt with.
Yeah,
like the aftermath of. Like government experimentation. Like I don't know
like
that.
again I would not have thought. However, they did really like come in like hot with the government stuff in the Contagion storyline. And so like you said, at the very beginning of this season, we had this example of government agents with that FBI guy with the black book, and I always forget the guy's name, the guy who killed Emmett, and having him and having the FBI guy turn out to be like corrupt and trying to, you know, get this black book before they do.
It's giving what it's giving is that they're trying to do like a thriller scene. I mean, thriller season. Does that make sense? Like that's the vibe I'm getting. Like all doing these really different like thriller storylines, like, and that's where I'm just like, wait, what are we doing? And
like very big, like, whoa, sort of things.
We're missing out on the character work in the found family. Is what we're sacrificing right now.
Kenny says 911 is in the Marvel multiverse, and whatever happens there will reset everything in the season 8 finale.
There's a multiverse fic that I wanted to read.
Ooh.
I think it's Stacey's Briar.
Yeah, I did see that one. I have it open and with my open tabs to possibly read.
Is that a new one?
I don't know.
It's new,
new-ish,
I think. Yeah,
I've got to catch up on my reading. I'm trying to finish To Change the Prophecy, which is so good.
Is it? I also like. I'm in the middle of looking for a new fic, so that's why I'm like, I don't know what to do.
No, I mean that one's long, but I've been reading it since literally like chapter 1, and it's complete now. I'm on like the last 1 or 2 chapters. It's fantastic. So, To Change the Prophecy on Anne-Free.
I feel like I'm partially closing.
No.
What happened?
No, because I'm just thinking about, I just don't know if I just can't see them doing it.
The government thing?
I just can't see them doing it, and there's no way to do it without that.
I mean,
don't see them doing it.
They've done crazy stuff. They had a cartel in the last season. Like,
that's also fucking weird.
Which was also weird.
Yeah.
We
didn't see any follow through with the Black Book thing, with the cartel thing. We never saw resolution to that. We never brought it back up again. So, I don't know. I kind of...
No, Han, don't.
I mean, to be honest, like my thing has been 50-50. Like we're at 50-50 now. I'm like, well, whatever's gonna happen happens. Yeah. And like I said, I know, like Han, you said you don't think the show will go that dark, but I mean, we already took a turn. We took a turn.
Yeah, I know we took a turn, but this is like we're skipping genres.
I mean, I feel like they've kind of been doing that all season a little bit, because you have like the political thriller at the beginning. You have the murder mystery thing.
This is what I did. I was thinking about it, and then I was scrolling Twitter, and people were comparing Meredith Grey walking into her empty dream home that she built with her husband who died, with Athena doing it. At least Meredith's was finished and she got to live in it. But anyway, I went, even Grey's Anatomy wouldn't do the government experimenting storyline. And that's when I went, no, I don't think it's happening.
I don't know. I don't know.
Grey's Anatomy has done some like dark shit, but they've never done anything even close to that. No.
I mean, I'm not saying it has to be like super dark. It could be something of just like
how is it not dark? Like, how do you bring him back, and like, what do you do with his character recovering from that kind of trauma?
I mean, like,
who put him in the casket?
There's just too many unanswered questions. And like the Athena house, everything just feels unfinished. Now that can be some sort of like poignant commentary on like life, but
No, and I see what you're saying, Coyote. I don't mean as in they never approach dark topics. I mean as in this specific storyline, especially with the state of the United States right now. I don't know. We don't see a lot of like network television doing the government and the military took you and experimented on you storylines. That's not really a thing. I don't know. Can't see it. Like, tell me where we're going with Bobby's character after that, because that's traumatic as fuck.
Therapy and retirement.
Yeah. Unless they just like kept him sedated the whole time, which is probably what they would have done.
Oh my god, so, he's gonna have his own coma dream.
Yeah, I mean, coma dream theory could be back. In some way, shape, or form. I don't know. I just wouldn't think that he would be like conscious the whole time, especially if he'd be like recovering. And like they would have taken him like against his will. So like you'd have to keep him under. And I think if he were to come to, like, you know, that would be it. So like I don't necessarily think that like.
And how are they handling the storyline of like him in universe being declared dead, being buried, deceased, him coming back from the dead, and then being like, where were you? Oh, the government was experimenting on me. I just like I can't see it, guys. I think I'm done.
No,
see it. I really
they had a ghost called 911 in season 2.
That's silly goofyism.
They never explained that.
But that's throwaway silly goofyism. This is the main character.
I don't know. I still think it could happen.
It could. I just don't think so.
I love how we switched, because like at the beginning of this live stream, I was just kind of like because I'm listening to you two talk and I'm like, man, we really sound fucking crazy.
Well, yes.
and now it's like it's kind of flipped. I mean, again, I'm waiting till the end of the season before I don't know, crash out, I guess. I don't even know if I will crash out. Like I said, thank you, Supernatural, for
it's like
whatever.
You can never it's not that we can't be hurt, it's that you can never hurt us like that ever again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know.
No, I think this would hurt me more because I have like so much faith in the show, and like more than I had in Supernatural.
It's gonna hurt in a different way, in like the way that like, well, that happened and that was the end of the show, and this happened and now we have to keep watching it.
Yeah.
But on the upside, like I still hate this. And I kind of hate, now that I'm thinking that he's actually dead, that that was how his death was handled, and then this was how we handled his funeral. But I do think it was good writing, and if we're going to follow through with the grief arc, touching on everyone as much as we touched on it for Athena and Chimney in this one, I think that they could still land it. I still think there's going to be a lot of questions about like where things are going and like tone of the show changing, but like I don't know, the characters were still very much themselves.
Like I think the character work is correct. Like all of the characters are in character, even like Bobby making his sacrifice in character. Like it makes sense. Oh my god.
Bobby never existed, you guys.
Dear God.
What if we were the coma dream theory all along? Like
I agree. It feels rushed, and if it's real, it sucks. And that's kind of where I think I'm gonna be sitting.
Yeah.
I think I have to for my sanity, but also I just literally until someone who knows, because I've been going through brief cycles of, oh, it's so over, never mind, we're so back, with just very brief wait, it's real. But now I feel like it's going to swing the other way. But someone's going to have to really lay out, no, this is how they could do it, guys. And this is like how
there will
you
be
can make it make
theorizing
sense. Yeah, but they're gonna have to do it in a way that I'm gonna go, well, that would make sense. It would be a good story, and like, I don't know. That would make sense for the show for me.
I mean, I think I'm gonna be like very interested. I'm always interested to see, but like very much so what the articles that come out in the next couple of days.
Get articles.
If we get any
I
articles.
don't want articles. Let's just leave them. Do not give me an article. I don't want it.
Give me Peter Krause articles. I need to hear from you right now, Tim. Please give me Peter Krause interview.
If we get a Peter interview, my mind might change, but again, it changed when we got the Kenny interview. It changed when we got the Kenny interview, and then I came back around to that. But like, so maybe that might change my perspective if we hear from Peter. But also, I don't want to, because I want to keep existing in my little bubble.
That's great. You can. I'm not telling anyone else that they need to close. I'm just saying.
Oh, I know.
That's where I'm at. And I'm not like angry at the moment. I'm just like, well, that's what it is. It's what I was trying to prepare myself for when I was like, okay, I'm just going to prepare myself for it to be real. So I'll be disappointed, but not surprised. That's kind of where I'm at. But at least this was like a better episode than the last one.
Yeah, it just seems so strange because it
still seems really strange
for Bobby. And it's just all of the, I can't ignore all of the foreshadowing, all of the fake outs, all of the
but they've done that before. They did that. We just finished a season where they did that constantly and then killed Shannon. It was miracle after miracle until it was time for one for Shannon, and then
but they had also foreshadowed her death since like at least episode 4. So like,
but we did say that they have foreshadowed Bobby's in the way that everything we said that is foreshadowing him coming back from the dead is also, you could take it the other way.
Yes, but I think there is more in the alive column for me personally, or it just makes more sense because the way the foreshadowing works out, like to me reads more like hopeful, more alive than despondent and not, which is how it would feel otherwise. I don't know.
Yeah, I think also, not to throw Ryan Murphy under the bus, but I'm totally going to throw Ryan Murphy under the bus. The fact that I cannot remember this guy at Disney's name. I'm so sorry.
Eric something or other.
Whatever. The fact that he said that it was a creative decision specifically between Tim and Murphy, this kind of shit reeks of Ryan Murphy. Reeks of Ryan Murphy. And this is the kind of shit that I had to put up with
Glee
in the other Ryan Murphy shows that I watched. Which is one of the reasons why I think Ryan Murphy is great at creating shows. I think when he stays on board and keeps his phalanges too involved in it, I don't enjoy it personally. Past
there's something,
seasons.
There's something about his shows where he stays on excuse me. There's something about his shows when he stays on as showrunner or writer or just like very, very involved that I've found in my experience with his shows, which will be like, I'm there, I'm with it, I'm on the train, like full steam ahead. And then a couple episodes before the end of the season, it goes in a completely different direction that I was not expecting. And I'm just kind of like left being like, huh? And this kind of does feel like that in some ways.
He loves shock value.
Yeah.
He loves shock value, even if it doesn't make sense narratively. So you know what? I could look at all these interviews with Tim. I'm going to ignore the inconsistencies because that's just weird. But like him saying it's a creative decision, but no one else liked the idea. I'm like, well, you know who else would have liked the idea is Ryan Murphy. If it was a decision between the two of them, he would have been like, hey, I have this idea. And Ryan would have gassed him up. And been like, that's a great idea. We should totally do it.
But wouldn't it still have to have gotten approval if it's your number 2 from the execs? Like, that's a big business risk for them. That's what I can't get over.
You would think, but
so quick question, because I don't watch any of Ryan Murphy's show except for this and Dr. Odyssey. So are you trying to tell me that Ryan Murphy is like Robert Singer in this scenario?
No. I'm not comparing them because no. I have no good things to say about Robert Singer. I'm so sorry. No, I think Ryan Murphy is a really great creator. I think he has great ideas. I think
the follow through leaves a little to be desired.
It's not even the follow through, it's how he follows through. I don't specifically like it because I don't like empty shock value. And I think that's a thing that bothers me, because we have a whole podcast that revolves mostly around character analysis. I want the character work. And when we're just flinging shock value around, that's where we lose it. So like one of the big things on Glee, even though the only major character death was because the actor died, was like my biggest what the fuck of that show. And the reason I watched that show was for Kurt and Blaine and their relationship. Like, I don't think I would have stayed past season 3 if it wasn't for their relationship, but it was always done so beautifully. Spoiler alert, they had Blaine cheat on Kurt. And I was like, this is just blatant shock value out of character just because you wanted to have them break up to have tension to, you know, get them back together for the end game. And it's like, I get it. Like, you have to, when you have endgame couples get together early, you have to have some tension and like other storylines there. But I was like, you could have them break up for a number of reasons. Like, they were in a long distance relationship. One of them was a senior in high school. The other one was a freshman in college. There's plenty of reasons they could have broken up that would have made sense and been in character. But they had him cheat on Kurt, made no sense. And then they had he didn't cheat on him with this person, but then they had Blaine date Karofsky. They had him date Kurt's high school bully.
So you know the Glee reference that we got, like, maybe that was our foreshadow that we're gonna get.
Maybe
this was them saying Ryan Murphy's about to take over.
I don't know. Well, and I know they've been, we know that they've been working together planning the new spinoff. So that's totally believable to me that he would have had an idea.
By him.
So
I will venture to say, though, I think Glee was a lot more inconsistent in their characterization just in general.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Than
Kurt and Blaine were really consistent. That was the thing. They were really consistent. They got together pretty early in their storylines, especially like separate and together, were great. And that's why I kept watching, because everyone else was very all over the fucking place. But yeah, that stuff was like, I almost quit both of those times. I mean, I followed through to the end, but I was just like, why are we doing that? So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember I started watching 911 without realizing it was a Ryan Murphy show. And then when I realized it was a Ryan Murphy show, I was like, oh no. Oh no, is he going to do this to me again? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they're very different shows, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's not involved in it in the same capacity.
Capacity. I know. Which is kind of one of the reasons why, like, I've liked it.
Same.
Because they haven't gone and jumped the shark like a typical Ryan Murphy production has.
Yeah.
Until now.
There's no hate on Ryan Murphy. I just don't particularly like the shock value thing. I'm not a huge fan of it.
Yeah. It just doesn't we don't really jive with it quite as much.
No.
For similar but different reasons, I think. So what are you reading?
Remember? No, somebody has a video of the scene where, you know, with Eddie, and they actually put the clap. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, looking for little pieces of joy since that's all I can get. Crumbs.
Please, thank you.
Coyote said, okay, I've thought about it. I'm not so into alive Bobby because I want Bobby to be alive. Obviously, that would be ideal. I would just be so bereft and confused. Would you say bereft and reeling? By all the leaks and foreshadowing if I was wrong.
Yes.
That's where I'm at. Because like, I'm actually not opposed to major character death in my TV, like in my fic. No. But in my TV shows, other than this one,
if it means something.
If it means something, but we want that cathartic death. Like we want, like I get kind of where they were going with it, but I don't think they stuck the landing with it for me. And that's what sucks about it. Because if they had done it well, I would have been sad and heartbroken, but it would have been like, if it's good storytelling, I don't care. If it's good storytelling, I know the difference between going, I don't like this storyline and I don't think this is great storytelling.
Yeah.
Or it was rushed, or the pacing was bad, or not enough time was, you know what I mean? Like,
so what would have felt like cathartic?
They would have had to do the season differently for me. Like we would have had to not waste time on the hotshot stuff. We would have really had, because they could have set it up. They could have set it up with how they finished
like Bobby
season
with
7.
Everybody more.
Yes, really Bobby spending more time with everyone, having to be closer with everyone, and having and really building up a false sense of security of like, oh my God, we're re-strengthening the found family bonds, and like seeing more scenes with Bobby and other people who we don't normally see.
Like almost anymore. Almost like a half a season or a season long version of the montage that we got at the end of season 7.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like, and then in that case, it would have been like
a more time in season 7 when he didn't actually die.
Yeah.
On him leaving, and that's what
setting things up and like
sucks.
teaching Buck cooking things and like yeah, like we didn't have any of that, and I think that's why it's not as satisfying. And then the stuff with the leaks in the script, that is the thing that I have, I think, the most questions about. Because I
guess it was just an April Fool's Day joke, but it's like you have to say April Fools. You have to say April Fools, guys. And let us hold your hand while we explain to you how April Fool's Day works.
But then we also could get into maybe that was in the script, and because it was leaked, they decided to not do that.
Yeah.
Like almost out of spite.
Well, no, I mean they could have they could have changed it. And
that's what I'm saying. It could have been a version.
And you know, put it in like the finale, maybe, which again still doesn't. I don't fucking know. What is realism?
Who on this show? Knows? Fucking knows. Who knows? Coyote. So for me, it wasn't really much about like how he died. I mean, that was part of the reason why I hated it, was because the whole episode we were focusing on Chimney, like rightfully so, because he was actively dying.
Again,
but we were not focusing on Bobby. We had 5 minutes, and the only moment that they gave you the clue was just him going with his thing. You don't even see the tear. You just see him reach back and then not put the air into his tank.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you get. And the lead up to this, no Bobby focus in the 2 episodes leading up to this. 3 episodes.
Even if you put it where it was originally supposed to be as like 13-14 as opposed to 14-15, right?
Yeah.
So
I just don't get why this is how it was done. That's my problem. It's not the major character death. It's the how it was handled.
Mm-hmm.
And telling me that Peter didn't want to leave. That's weird.
Yeah, because I'm also fine if the actors want to leave and go do something else.
And that's fine. Or you could have kept that shit to yourself.
Yeah. totally okay. Like, I am fine with that stuff, but then give me a satisfying, cathartic exit that leaves no question. And the fact that we, even after this episode, are still questioning it, and I don't think in like a super delusional type of way, but in a we're looking at what the episode gave us, and the episode was going either way. Like, the scales weren't tipping yes or no. They were just like, it could be either. So the fact that like we're questioning all of this, and if we're questioning it, I'm sure some people in like the general audience are questioning it too, right? Because like that's just visual media 101. Like, you have to see a body, you have to have someone see the body, anything like that. So like it is frustrating because we're still questioning. And it's not definitive. If it were definitive, we would be having a different conversation, and that would be fine. But there is no closure for us because there's too much doubt. That's the thing.
There's no closure because we didn't get to say goodbye to him, and how you would focus more on a character and focus more on the character's relationships with people, like leading up to a major character death like this. Because if everything Tim is saying is true, it was a last minute decision. He wanted to kill someone and then just decided it was gonna be Bobby because it made the most sense, I guess. Not that I want any of the other ones to die. He does have the most complete arc of anyone, but like,
that is true. Yes, and that is fine.
Let him want to live for longer than
14 episodes.
14 episodes.
Yeah. But that's also the thing too, with Tim saying like it was a last minute decision, and then him also contradicting himself, saying the stuff with Hot Shots and Brad in 808 was him being like a little nod of where
I would love to be wrong. I guess I would love to be wrong, because I'm just not satisfied with how they did it. I think I'm just nervous about if he is alive and it's the government thing. Like, how are they handling that? That makes me almost more nervous than him being dead.
I literally don't care.
I think I'm on the same one. If he's somehow alive, I think I just don't care how. But it is weird. But it is weird. I get it, because I'm still trying to think about like how would they write it. But at the end of the day, I'm just gonna be grateful.
Yeah,
he's alive.
Yeah, like I literally don't care how they bring him back, how they do it. I might have questions, but I will be like, okay. And they keep closing until the DNA.
So true. I will be. Brain is just going to be with Eddie. Yes, that's it.
Part of me is not gonna close, but I think I've swapped in where I'm at. Because I'm still going to question it, because there's still all the stuff that doesn't make sense. But I think I've explained it to myself in a way that makes it make sense for the most part for the creative decision.
I can't. Everything that we're being given to me is so contradictory in like Tim's own statements, and I'm just.
It is contradictory, but like lying for promo, I guess.
But which is the lie?
They're all lying for promo.
Oh, of course.
Of
course.
I don't know.
Ugh.
I always thought that the show was going to end with Bobby handing off the captaincy to Buck.
Yeah.
So
it seems premature.
It's premature. There also wasn't anything leading up. I mean, there's season 6 where Buck is like, why am I not interim captain? But like, we haven't seen him express any interest in it since then.
No. Again, all of that feels rushed. Like, I can see if that's the way that they're going. I can see that, and I'm like, that's fine. This is too soon. He's not fully cooked yet. Like, they were starting to sprinkle in some of these things, like the way he was being like a little more authoritative and like taking charge, the way he was being very like big brothery, like someone to look up to for Ravi, the way he's holding down the fort for literally everybody during this episode, which will come back to bite him in the butt. However,
no, go finish your thought, because I just
the rest of the thought was just like, I think it's just we haven't had enough development on that front yet for Buck, so I don't think he's ready. So unless season 9 is going to be about his growing pains, but like that's fine for a storyline, but I don't know like how much
my question is, because I think we briefly talked about it, but like why can't Hen be the captain again?
Because of like in 4 and 5 in Masks, when Hen was having to work Halloween, and Karen had that whole thing of like you're never here enough, and like she was glad that she was working, but it seems like
she'd be working way more, and she'd have way more responsibility and be more stressed. And like I knew that was like, if once I was like, okay, he might be dead, who's going to be captain? It should be him, but it's not going to be because of this reason. And then in the promo, they showed us that. What if
Who was she talking to? I forget.
Athena.
Okay.
Yes, she's talking to Athena. She said that she doesn't want it, but okay. But see, I think that's what they're gonna explore, right? What else are they gonna explore? I think we're focusing on her grief, for
the next
Alexandria, you're killing me. These comments. New pet theory: he is in the woods. Alexandria, I'm not satisfied either. Like, what are we doing? I would be happy with magical elves dragging him out of that coffin, and I would be like, yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for him to like pop out of that coffin, like
Eddie's
like
in the
Bella.
woods,
like a vampire, like no.
Eddie's in the woods too. That's where he's been these past 2 weeks. He's sending Bobby little care packages. Bobby's teaching him how to whittle.
Wait, no, it's actually like the Hunger Games arena.
I feel like we're in the Hunger Games.
We are in the Hunger Games arena.
Oh my
God. Thing is, we're lasting because everyone else is closing. Well, you're okay, fine. Two out of the 3 are not closing.
I'm not closing.
No.
I won't close until 8:59 on May 15th.
I mean, I'll still be paying attention and looking for the clues, but yeah.
I don't know. I might. I'll be the lone survivor here.
I can. What do you mean lone survivor? I'm still here. What the hell?
Well, you said 8:59 on May 15th. I might go until 8:59 for 9:01.
Okay, fine.
And we're gonna have to be the people to call like 911 for a wellness check for you, and have you like carried into a padded room for a grippy sock vacation.
So be it.
Oh my God.
Because in that room, Bobby is alive. Cursed idea.
I think we're about to call 911 for the grippy sock vacation for you.
Cursed idea. Tommy captaincy real.
No.
If it's Tommy captaincy isn't real, it can't hurt you. In the corner. I mean, the only thing I do not believe is that.
Bro, I have no idea.
No.
I have no idea.
Well, they're not even together yet, so that's that's a question that is a bridge we'll cross when we get to it.
The only way I think of that is it would be another obstacle, because then it would be like, a superior and a subordinate, so technically that wouldn't like jive. So like maybe there would be feelings there that have or have not been realized or relayed, but they can't do anything about it.
I can't even think about like that storyline.
I can't. I'm just
what storyline?
Like if it's like he's captain and Eddie's his subordinate. I can't even. I can't
don't
give
love
the
that.
brain. I don't like it, and I think I just don't have the brain cells to do all that.
Yeah, no, all of my brain cells are apparently in the woods with Bobby
And Eddie. Damn.
Because like I don't know. Books on TikTok says they feel so disrespected by tonight's episode.
Valid.
Totally valid.
Mm-hmm.
Totally valid.
I just read someone tweet something that I thought earlier. I get why RG didn't post a goodbye post now.
Oh.
If he's actually dead, bro, that's fucked up.
Wait, why?
That's all we get of Eddie's reaction to the whole thing. We don't get to see the very short reactions of everyone in the last episode. We get one line from him here.
We don't even, or at least not yet, we haven't heard of how he found out either. No, I would love like a line of it.
And the plot device was there for no plot devicing purposes. So why was he there?
I don't know, but it's fine. He's gone now.
It's because of the flashback. Why?
He was a fucking pallbearer. He was sitting right behind them.
I know.
Yeah, out of all the people, why did they pick him?
Why was
Could Harry not do it because he's not a firefighter? Did they have to choose a firefighter?
I have no idea.
Eddie's not a firefighter either.
If not, I have a perfect
Eddie
solution.
isn't a firefighter right now either, so that doesn't make sense.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, I just have a perfect solution. Give some of the people on B and C shift names so we can know them.
I don't know. No. You know why? Because we need Eddie on our screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't unless Eddie is officially back, I don't really care about B or C shift right now.
No.
Or the no names on A shift.
Also, can we just talk about Gerard?
Is it his commentary?
No, because I'm pissed off about it. And the problem is that like it makes sense for him to be there and like for the friction with Chimney. But I'm like, again, why am I seeing more of his grief than Eddie's?
Yeah. These are like the really minutia like details that just like don't make as much sense at this point in time.
Every episode, right?
It's really funny because like I think I'm in the minority. Yes,
you liked it?
Not that I liked it. Does that make sense? Like I think I just enjoy. Maybe I just enjoy the actor right now. I don't know.
The actor's great.
He's a great Brian Thompson. It was amazing. I love him.
It was. Maybe and I do think that he earned a lot of respect for Bobby. You know, through what they went through, but
I totally believe that.
I'm gonna put this up here. Yeah.
Yeah, that is weird. It's weird, right?
This is the problem for me with bringing Gerard back is that we addressed his shittiness with Chim in 7 more than we've ever addressed it ever again in 8. Like we really are just like, oh, he's just like a cartoon villain.
Weird stuff.
They gave him Alif JR's screen time.
Fine with me.
It's fine with me.
Yeah, I fucking guess.
Cadence says Eddie was smiling about crumpets at one point. That was really weird. It's not weird if Buck baked them.
Yeah.
It tastes like love.
He's got a sweet tooth.
He does. I mean, and he was eating the crumpets and and it's hold on, my brain went to a slightly different direction there. So he's like indulging in stuff.
Indulging in sweetness, you mean?
Yeah. So like that's continuing, but it's like such a minute thing, and it's like, can we have a little more?
Yeah.
I am also going to. I know a lot of people, well, I'm seeing the streets are upset about Buck's non-reaction to this episode. I will join you if we don't see him absolutely breaking down at some point.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be an 18. Episodes. I do think that's going to be an 18.
Yeah.
Like big time, because this was Athena and Chimney mostly. It looks like next one will be Hen. I don't know
Hen and who else, and then
someone else, and then it's gonna be maybe Eddie, or maybe Eddie.
You think Hen and Eddie?
I don't know.
Sorry. This is why this kind of stuff pisses me off. By just writing off the shit that like Gerard and Tommy did and like never addressing it again, because it's like, you have all this representation of people of color and queer people, but then you have people who have committed not just microaggressions, but actual like
aggressive aggressions
verbally towards them, and then we just never bring it up again and we're chill. It's just,
yeah. And like I was sitting pretty like okay with Gerard, not necessarily like, I didn't think it was necessarily like where we left it off in mid-season or whatever, not redemption per se. It was just kind of like on a neutral base, and I was like, okay, I guess. This seemed more like redemptive to me than anything else, because it was like showing the empathy and everything. I'm like, I don't love that.
I don't either. Straight up, why was he a pallbearer? Why?
Named character. That's the only reason I can think of.
Could have gotten Sanchez to carry.
Right.
Whoever that
fucking
Jones.
Yeah, I don't know. Lizzie tweeted something. Hold on. She wrote her review, and then in a quote tweet of her review said, "This was a really beautiful episode about mourning, one that I'm sure would have worked great on a show where killing off the main character made, some sense. Here it doesn't, so here's my review." And I agree with her.
I love when Lizzie says the things that we are feeling.
Pretty much always on the same page.
Her review is on Fangirlish, right?
Yes, it is on Fangirlish.
So everybody go read that.
Yeah.
She does great reviews. Yeah, I'm also very interested to see what she and Lyra have in their 16 episode, because they Lizzie and Lyra host the Tales from the 118 podcast.
Yeah.
And so they do one episode at a time. And that will be that might be really interesting. So
didn't we see that this episode?
I thought we saw that.
Him?
Yeah, because then this episode we got like you're
half the man.
The man that probably would. Yeah.
That was the exact line that we heard. And Buck doing the door close thing like he did. That was that scene. So I don't think we're getting angry Chim again. I think he's gonna be in a different stage the next time we get him, probably. Not that he can't cycle back to it, but
But Maddie having the talk with him about like, you can't shut me out. Like, this is exactly what we were talking about. That's very important as well. But it's just like, Maddie and Chimney, man, they just go through the horrors time and time again. They barely got over the last one. And it's just like, yes, they're stronger for it most of the time. But it's just like, can we just let them have a peaceful pregnancy?
No.
Maybe. I guess not. Let's see.
So the very end of, it's not the very end of her article. Hold on. Sorry, I'm skimming it while we're talking. So she was talking about how realistic and well done gutting like the grief for Athena and Chimney is.
Yeah.
And she said, is talking about the like rest easy and that he's home. And saying that it's very familiar for her because she told her dad that like it was fine that he could go, that she was going to be okay, but knew it was a lie. But I said it because I thought that's what I thought he needed to hear, and it's silly because he was already gone, but I said it. So I recognize the moment. The moment is good writing. The delivery is spectacular. The feelings it evoked are on point. Everything else about it, though, the way we got here and the fact that Bobby is gone because the show wanted to teach us a lesson about realism in a world where things have never quite followed any logic, well, that's the part that will never really work for me.
Oh my God. Like, precisely.
Yeah.
She's just got such a way with words. That's why she's a writer.
That's write them.
She really hit the nail on the head there. Yeah. It's how we got here.
It's also just like, let me just say this. As a queer, non-binary, like she, her, they, living in America in 2025, I have enough realism. I have enough fucking realism. We all have enough realism. Like, it's not just America that's going through shit right now.
No, everybody. That's why we watch TV.
And this is like our escapism, silly, goofy show where, you know, it has so much heart. And that's like what kind of also really sucks about this. Is like, this is not why we come here. Like, we all are human beings who experience grief. We know what that feels like.
Why do we have to experience that for our fictional friends? Yeah. And I think we spoke on this at a little bit of length in our 5 stages of Bobby Nash grief episode. I actually might have to go back and revisit that. Just to like, I don't know.
So my little thing about like each character representing grief or one of the 5 stages. So Athena, I'm right. Anger, right? Was Chimney bargaining?
Yeah, it seemed like Chimney was
actually, I think it's
denial.
Opposite.
He had his bargaining speech.
Yeah.
So what was Athena then?
She might have been denial, I think, because she refused
to
deal with
speech?
it.
He was when he's angry.
On the roof.
He was angry the whole episode.
Yeah, but he was also like kept thinking of different ways that it could have gone, and like you know, just like running through his head. So it seemed like it. I think there's a lot of gray area in the stages, like a lot of overlap. So I would say,
but I'm saying if you're trying to assign them to people, I feel like in this episode he gets anger because he was the most angry.
Okay, yeah, I would say Athena is denial because she just like refused to deal with it.
Yeah, she just didn't want to look at it.
Kenny.
What's the order again?
Chimney is anger. I think it's denial, anger.
Order, is denial, anger,
bargaining, depression, acceptance.
Is it bargaining then depression?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression.
Yeah.
Because we could get denial and anger this episode, bargaining, depression in the next one, and then acceptance for 18.
I just, my thing is I want to see that for all of them. I need to see the grief journey for all of them. And also, if he's really dead, why did we skip 2 weeks of them grieving?
I know.
We didn't get to see them react to the facial expression at the end of 15, and then we skipped 2 weeks. I'm just...
That 2 weeks to me is so weird of a time jump. Like, I know we say like the timey-wimey stuff all the time here, but it's just like, but you have to have a reason for the time jump. And what is the reason here if you're not going to like, if you're not going to show the grief, like if you wanted the characters to have their own grief journeys, why wouldn't you show the grief journeys?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense. So
I don't know.
So to me,
I was sorry. I keep trying to start my sentence. Like, what would have the first 2 weeks have been? Just them crashing out, crying, and being numb. Maybe that
should have seen some of that.
Yeah,
and seen some like direct aftermath.
Yeah, and also
this pisses me the fuck off because like I get the storyline that they did with Athena. I get it. But I'm so sorry. I don't give a shit about this mother who I have no emotional attachment to. I care more about all the characters and how they're dealing with it. I care more about how Eddie reacted to this. I care way more about that. I just... What are we doing?
I know. I feel like
I just realized I'm in the same place that I was after the last episode, where like I ended the episode being like, this is so fake. And then I get on the live stream and I'm like, it's so real.
Yeah, which is gonna be like another 2 days of crashing out, and then you're gonna be like, no, I'm all back.
I don't know if I'm coming back from it this time as far as I did.
Bobby Nash grief stage number 6, whatever this is. For real.
Yes.
For real. We might be at stage 7 at this point. I feel like stage 6 was the last 2 weeks.
Anyway, it's ding dong, it's midnight.
The witching hour.
It's the witching hour.
Not really, but...
And I'm starving, just FYI.
Okay. The adrenaline trap.
Coyote's also saying. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just my brain processing things. But I don't know. I don't think this is the same process, so I don't think I'm coming all the way back up to where I was or even close to it, but we'll see. We'll see. At least we don't have to wait 2 weeks, I fucking guess. Yay.
Yeah, that'll be better.
I'm just wondering at this point, where the fuck is Eddie staying? Or is he back in El Paso? What are we doing?
Listen, I don't think you can ask us what are we doing anymore.
But we know he's in the emergency, so he's got to stay. Unless he goes back, there's an emergency and comes right back.
Yeah.
Unless, like, flight got canceled because earthquake.
Maybe. That's the other thing. No Buddie reunion?
Off screen.
God. Used to be a proper country.
Oh, there's always fan fiction.
I haven't been reading any fan fiction around this because I was like, I don't want it to be better than the episode and then piss me the fuck off when I watch it. But now that I've watched it, I will read Fix It Fic.
Yeah, we need some Fix It Fic.
The only kind of fic that I haven't been reading has been the if he's actually dead and Buck and Eddie are, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, no, I'm not reading that stuff.
I might have to now.
Final thesis, yay! Eddie sent Bobby a tent. It's from Walmart and it is not entirely rainproof. Uber driver money don't buy much.
Oh my god.
Hilarious. Yes, whatever's going on in that brain of yours.
God.
A+,
Bring it back.
A+, keep it coming. Keep it coming. Be
The
the positivity we need
honestly.
in the Discord. Like
yes, please.
Like just field us all of your Bobby is in the woods thoughts. Like we'll make it into a thing. It's fine. Yeah. I mean,
why give us this is what my brain's gonna keep doing. God damn it. Why give us a leaked script where part of it's real? Why? Because the rest easy thing, like that, all of that was
part of it, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm still thinking they could have decided to cut that, take it from here, and move it over there.
They saw us laughing at them, so they were like, nope.
No. Maybe they did an A-B cut. I have no idea.
An A-B script?
An A-B script.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or it was someone, maybe it was a fake script. And
I have a bone to pick if it was a fake script.
Or maybe it was production playing a prank on the actors. Who fucking knows?
That's a mean thing to play on the actors, though.
It's mean no matter who did it.
Yep. I have thoughts on that. I have a lot of thoughts, and I will step on my little soapbox when we do our little mini-sode about how this whole thing has been covered.
I want to be done talking about this.
Now I'll just talk.
We gotta record that episode on Sunday. I don't wanna. Do you guys even want an episode on 14, 15, 16 right now? Like,
I don't.
Is that important to you?
We have to.
No, we don't.
Why do we have to?
Because then it won't be complete.
Well, we can do it. It's just like, do they need it right now?
When would we do
should
it?
Just put a poll out on the socials and see what the vibes are.
Do you even want this?
But is anyone even going to listen to it? Is my thing, because it's like
I can't even watch the episodes.
We have our loyal listeners in the Discord being like, I finally just watched your reaction to 15. Like 2 weeks later.
Wasn't that Vera? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Vera. So I don't know. I mean, people listen to the Stages of Grief one, but it's like, do you actually want to hear us talking about 14, 15, 16?
Stage
Season
7 of
3 is the vibe, I dare say.
Bargaining 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Like, I would much rather talk about season 3 right now.
Let's go back
to
our
who's
happy
live
place.
in season 3? Everyone. You know what's happening in season 3? Gay shit. You know who's on screen in season 3? Eddie.
Yeah. I mean, our 303 is coming out next week anyway, so we weren't going to put out 14, 15, 16.
No, it would be the
next
following
week. It would be the following week. So like, we have a week for people to be like, or 2 weeks.
Let's put a pin on that, and we can talk about it offline, and we can see how we structure that episode, because I think we just need to make some structural changes. Yeah, and not make it that long, because it's a fuck ass episode anyway.
Yeah. We'll just be like, and that happened. Here are our bullet point notes. Bye.
I think we'd have to. No, you know what? We have to do a fake out.
I guess this is like the best explanation I can think of, I guess. But it's like, then why did they have the same fake script? And why did they both post it? I don't know.
Why would the actors spill the?
I don't know.
Maybe this is why.
None of this fucking makes sense. That makes sense. But you know what? If it is real, I'm gonna once again say, Kenny Choi, we stand with you.
Always and forever.
Did we make a graphic for that? We stand.
No, but we should.
At this
no
point,
one hates this more than Kenny Choi. Like,
They put Kenny through the ringer this season. Yeah. They took away the mustache. They took away the Bobby, and the Peter. Nobody has gone through his on-screen
wife's throat.
I know. Almost killed him again.
Almost killed him again.
Oh my God,
Kenny,
we're
with you.
We love you so much.
Solidarity with Mr. Troy.
Yeah.
We have also suffered from mustacheless, Bobbyless.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about it behind the scenes. Maybe
we'll ask in the Discord as well. We might have to have a chit chat.
Poll, possibly. I don't know. We'll see how we're feeling.
Yeah.
We're supposed to record it Sunday. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we're gonna have to record something, maybe.
Well, we do have to record something. So it's either gonna be that or 306.
5. No.
6.
6.
Oh, yes. Fun.
Which one's that one?
Halloween.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be so much more fun?
Chimney episode.
Wouldn't it be so much more fun? Silly goofy times. Remember when we had those? Okay. Anyway. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Okay. Thank you.
I was going to say apologies for the vibes, but I just think it's like everyone has those vibes right now.
Yes, this
fresh
is communal
out chaotic energy.
Yeah. Feel free to talk to us on any of our socials. If you want to see our wonderful reaction to this episode, it will be up on Patreon sometime tomorrow for our Buddies with Benefits tier. And you can also join our Discord. I think that's for the basic
either
Buddies tier. Yeah, either tier. If you want to just talk to us in the meantime, either on Discord, any of our socials. If you have thoughts, suggestions for what maybe we'll do as an alternative, if it comes to that, instead of an 8, 14, 15, 16, please speak and be heard. and we'll see what the vibes are. But yes, thank you so much for continuing.
Thanks for co-miserating, co-clowning, co-deluluing, whatever the fuck we're doing right now.
Co-bamboozle.
Whatever weird stage of bamboozlement grief this is.
Denial, anger, and
whatever. Maybe that's stage 8.
Anger?
Wait, so stage 7 of grief is bargaining to electric boogaloo. Maybe stage 8 is just bamboozlement.
Bamboozlement. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
I would love to be bamboozled.
Yeah. Please bamboozle us. All right.
Okay, we gotta go.
Hey,
enjoy Thunderbolts.
Bye.